3. Here we're going to use the angle of depression. So here we have a scenario. We're approaching a uh, runway 17 of Ponco City Municipal Airport in Oklahoma. The pilot must begin a 3-degree descent. Okay, so there that's talking about the angle of depression. And it's 3 degrees. Well, the angle of depression is always off a horizontal. So here's the horizontal, that line of sight, and it's going down from there, okay, at 3 degrees. Okay, and then starting from a height of 2714 feet, 2,714 feet above sea level. The airport is 1,007 feet above sea level. Okay, so the airport itself is above sea level at 1,007. To the nearest tenth of a mile, so that's point blank. How far away from the runway is the airplane at the start of its approach? So we know that from the airplane to sea level is the 2714, so 2714, and this is 107. So if we take the difference between those two, if we subtract this distance, that'd be gone, right? I guess it would probably be more accurate, put it right here. That'd be gone, and so we'll be looking at this distance right here. And so if we go ahead and subtract those, we take 2714 minus 107, and that's 107, right? Or 1707. And we're trying to find this distance from how far from the runway is the airplane. So here's the start of the runway, and we want to see how far the airplane is away. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to find that. So here we have the distance 107, and we're trying to find x. Well, the angle that we have right here is 3 degrees, and if you can kind of remember this talk, if we have parallel lines here and parallel lines here, this thing that goes across those two parallel lines is called a transversal, and that means that this angle right here, we can form a triangle right here, and so this is also 1707. So that means that this angle is 3 degrees. Well, that angle has to match up with this angle down here. So that angle down here is also 3 degrees. They're alternate interior angles, and they're congruent. So we can still find this angle x. Well, that is our hypotenuse, right? So we're trying to find our hypotenuse, and we're given this distance right here, which is the opposite side of this 3 degrees, right? And so that is opposite. Well, which trig function deals with hypotenuse and opposite? So, right, sine. So sine of our angle, 3 degrees, is the opposite, which is 1707 over our hypotenuse x. So here we can multiply both sides by x, and then we can go ahead and divide by sine of 3. So that's x is no longer there. So we have x is equal to 1707 over sine of 3. And we can go ahead and do that on our calculator. So we can do 1707 divided by sine of 3. Make sure my calculator's in degrees. And we get 32,616 feet. So that is feet, right? Yep. And so that's how far away the plane is away from the landing strip. All right, so you're doing the same thing, except for your airplane pilot sights a life raft. So there's a life raft. Here is his angle or horizon, and angle of depression goes down 26. And you're trying to find out what is the airplane's horizontal distance. So you're trying to find this, x. What is the horizontal distance, d? I guess you can label that d. And you are 3 kilometers above the water. Okay, so you know this angle. Well, if this is 90 and this is 26, what's this interior angle in here? Or what is this angle down here? Once you find one of those, you can go ahead and set up your trig function and then solve for d. Okay, so go ahead and try it.